television. If you could tell us who you are, or even though Wesley said that you need no prompting.
My name is Kenneth Y. Best. I'm the publisher of the Daily Observer newspaper in Liberia. It's Liberia's first independent daily newspaper. And we've been operating since 1981. So currently we're the oldest surviving Liberian newspaper. When the war came in 1989, 1990, my family went to the Gambia where there was no newspaper. And we established a Daily Observer there. It took off in 3 weeks, and we were very critical of the government, especially the military government that staged a coup in 1994. And they were not happy with us, and so they kicked me out of that country. I was deported. Then I went to the States, and I stayed there for 11 years, and returned to Liberia in 2005 to restart the Daily Observer. And by God's grace, after 15 years of absence from the country, 11 in the States and 4 in the Gambia, my paper started in 3 weeks after my return. So we thank God for that, and the paper is still going strong.
So what changes have you seen from the time you've left to the present?
Tremendous changes. When we left in 1990, we had a military dictatorship that continued under, it started under Samuel Doe in 1980 with the coup there, overthrowing President Talbot and his government. And he ruled the country for 10 years of terror, with 10 years of terror from 1980 to 1990. And then the war started, and Charles Taylor emerged as the president. And he continued the terror and led the country into more war, even war with neighboring Sierra Leone and Guinea. Fortunately, with the help of the international community, Taylor was forced to leave the country, paving the way for a transitional government and eventual elections, which took place in 2005, bringing to power the first elected African woman, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who has just won re-election in the 2011 elections.
I would like to ask, people in the Caribbean may not have experienced equal or lack of democracy as certain African countries. How, in your mind, would a journalist define a threat to democracy, and how should a journalist deal with a perceived threat to democracy?
The journalist has to be very courageous and strong and consistent and persistent. It's not easy to come up against a dictatorial government such as we had in 1980, in the 1980s, and subsequently under Charles Taylor. One journalist under Doe was killed, several went into hiding and into exile under Charles Taylor and under Doe, but the few of us who were around had to persevere. Of course, as I said in the conference just now, it wasn't easy for us at the Daily Observer, because we were, beginning 1981, we were closed down twice. We were threatened by the Minister of Justice 3 months after we started, who threatened to shoot me, hunt me down from door to door and shoot me. And we were closed down 5 times and suffered 3 arson attacks, the last of which in 1990, after Doe was captured and killed, destroyed our organization. They burned the building down. We went to the Gambia and started another newspaper there, and came across another military regime, the Jammeh regime. You heard about Jammeh, this tyrant over there that is harassing the people. And that government deported me on the 30th of October 1994. However, they didn't touch the newspaper. The newspaper hasn't lost a day since my departure from that country. Unfortunately now, the Daily Observer is still the leading newspaper there in the Gambia, but it is controlled by the government. However, a journalist from the Gambia came to me the other day in Liberia and said to me, the people are buying the paper to keep it alive, even though they don't like what it says. They're keeping it alive until one day Mr. Best will come back and restore the Daily Observer to what it used to be in the 1990s.
Thank you very much, sir.